How's it going, guys? Who we got in here? Just doing some work here on the MAME cabinet. Y'all hear me okay? Levels look good. Hey, Luke. How's it going? Grog's Axel, I haven't seen you in forever. Good to see you in here. How are you holding up out there? Glad everyone's staying safe, staying inside. The way to be. Grogs, it is CPD. Good ear. I've got the police scanner running in here. That started as accidental because I had it still loaded in there for my last stream, and it's still working, so we're gonna leave it. Sounds like crap sometimes. If it gets really bad, I'll get rid of it. Where are you getting deployed to? Are you National Guard? Oh. The regular kind of deployment. That will still give you nightmares. That's very funny. So I'm going to put some new speakers in this MAME cabinet by way of scavenging them out of these really good bookshelf speakers that I just can't find a great use for. Man, these are the best. If you don't got one of these, you ain't living. These, I don't know what they're called. It's some kind of knife. It's a Where are you guys? I can see you up there. It's for splitting up open plastic and stuff without damaging the edges. Yeah, Luke, I got this off of drop.com. It's a great kit. And check it out. I haven't lost any of the bits. And it's been years. Put this up higher. Ooh. It's probably not helpful. Yeah, right. Come on.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Who's that? Thanks for the sub, Luke. I dig it. It's appreciated. Right out of the gate with a sub. It's going to be a good night. Almost got this. There we go. Kurt! Cousin Kurt! I love how this channel attracts people I haven't seen in forever, who also live very far away. Kurt is my cousin from another muzzin. How do I get these out of here now? See. I'm gonna just desolder them with my really cool desoldering pump. You guys gotta see this. Although I think it's not in this kit, but I have no idea. It is not. BRB. It's in the good one. I need like a big tablet or something. Yeah, tell me about it. My only really good workbench was my extremely expensive dining room table that I have completely ruined. And, is it not in here? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Thought it was a different color. I spilled. Well, for one, I worked on it all the time, and it's wood. So, hey Rex Rath, welcome back. Good to see you, as always. I lopsided my webcam too. Is that better or worse? Hard to say. Then I spilled acetone on it, which took all of the stain out of the wood, and so now there's this big, like, bleached acetone spot on it. It's just the worst. Put that warm up there. Who's that? Who's that? Kurt! Thanks for the follow, Kurt. Good to know you'll be back. Yeah, it seems every time I spin up a Twitch stream, it attracts more cool people. Kurt, you streaming anything lately? You streaming DJ sets? See a lot of people doing that. Rexrat, that's from a very old movie from the 80s. It's from before your time. The movie mommies and daddies used to watch. Letting this desoldering pump heat up here. And it's not heating up. That's a bad sign. Oh. That's why. Okay, so we're gonna, while that's heating up, let me gut that top bit up there. Oh, why did I do that? I did something really stupid up there, and we're gonna have a look at it. Yeah, you can totally see that. So we got to pull this marquee out to get at the speakers that you can see down here. Yeah, one here, one there, all lit up. Also, I'm going to take a look at the lighting in there because stuff's wonky, and we're going to try and figure out why. Getting this marquee out is really easy, which sucks in this case because it's glass. And things that come out really easy that are made of glass often end up somewhere you didn't want them to very quickly. Okay. Safe so far. Put these in my, you guys, where's my thing? These, everyone needs one of these. This is where it's at. One of these, it's a little dish, big magnet on the bottom. Boom. Never lose a screw again, pending you put it in there. Turn this music off. All right, now, okay, nobody died yet. Hang on. How do I get that out? I know. Where'd my knife go? There it is. Yeah, here we go. It's an old up and down marquee, original glass. Not worth much, but I like it, so I keep it. I want to replace it with something else. I don't get around to it. I forgot I did this. You guys gotta see this. Hang on. Put this somewhere where we'll definitely break it. So I ran a bunch of a big strip of LEDs up here for the lighting, and I forgot that I had also covered the entire interior in tinfoil to reflect more of that light out. And clearly it works really well. But we got to get these crappy speakers out here. We're going to put something better in there. So let's move these lights. Yeah, these are soldered in, so I'm going to just unscrew them, desolder them, solder in the new ones. Spudger? Is that what that's called, Luke? A spudger? Why do you call them spudgers? Like that word had to come from somewhere. Ooh, that is a broken one. One dangly-doo. So is a spudger like something that's just pretty much anything? Like a meeple or a doodad? Alright. This radio is kind of obnoxious and uninteresting. Shut that off for now. There we go. Some jams in here. Oh, the knife is a spudger. I thought you meant my little reflector thing in there. Got a really crappy subwoofer. Dumb, but I guess I'm just gonna leave it for now. 4 ohm. Let me leave that and see what else I got, and we will make a determination. But yeah, I had stereo speakers on there, and then this was a subwoofer, and I don't remember why I put it up here, but it might have just been because I already had that big hole, so I put it in there. Dumb idea. Should go in the bass. So we're gonna put the new subwoofer in the bass. Let's see how this is. So warmed up. This is a great desoldering pump. Heats up in the end. Put a little hole in it. Heats up the solder. Sucks it out. Yeah. A good time. Yeah, it looks like my little corner stream cut out. Happened. There's a displeased camera. There it goes. I'm gonna try and get the other window, the other camera running. Stand by. Guys like this thing? Pretty neat. I really like the wood paneling. Reminds me of going to the arcade in the 80s. Used to have big stickers on the side I took off. Took days of cleaning. Come on. Don't ever buy a GoPro. They're the worst. The absolute worst. Nice. One. burn yourself, you know you're doing it right. What's my chat? That's hold the speakers off. No, no talk about restarting yet. Well, maybe it's time. Most of those restrictions have been lifted. I haven't heard from him in a few days, which is rare. He hasn't streamed in over a week, which is super rare. I hope he's okay. Check in on him. I really don't know. This GoPro is just being the worst. All right, so that's pretty easy. Let's get these new. Oh, let's desolder these speakers here. This is really bugging me. What? Hold down the power button for 8 seconds. In a minute. There we go. Way better. I'll put the old junky speakers back in these. Ooh. Ooh, that was accidentally desoldered the speaker from the connector. That's a bad move. We'll have to fix that before we install it.
Oh, sexy girlfriend!
Ooh, who's that? See if I can figure that out. Zephyr SG. Zephyr SG. Thanks for the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Hope this is entertaining for you. Watching me sit here, sitting very still, apparently doing nothing. But I am desoldering speakers from these bookshelf things that are very nice, and I'm going to put them in my MAME cabinet. These are nice too. I'm going to repurpose these. I think that's all the desoldering I need for now. So we're going to unplug this, which means I'll need it again later, only because I let it cool down. That's how that goes. What's up, Zephyr SG? What are you doing? Are you even in here? He's probably not even in here. Just talking to myself, like it's like Pee-wee's Playhouse in here. Let me see if I get this GoPro working again while I stand up. Bold assumption. Yeah, I mean, most of us still aren't allowed to do much besides chill for the night. So it's been great. I've been getting a lot done. Streaming has forced me to actually get it done. Oh yeah, Luke. Hey Nick, good to see you back. Yeah, I'll walk you guys through this in a second. I was actually waiting for more people to join before I did that. And now I'm going to troubleshoot this GoPro. And then I'll tell you guys what's up with this cabinet because it's really freaking cool. Rebooting or staying turned off? That's the question. So, allegedly rebooting, getting power. Cool. See what that means. Camera found. That's a good sign. Was it missing? It's right there. Audio's okay, guys? I'm not mumbling too much. I mumble to myself like Popeye all the time. Getting somewhere. Hold tight. Is like my COVID hair. What's the IP address of the RMT-MP server? 211. Oh, I almost screwed that up really bad. That would have been frustrating. Let's see if this works. I have to bring it down to refresh. Wow, this is a crappy monitor I got. Oof. Cam, small cam, RTMP. Aw, did I screw it up? Screwed it up. 211. I need some better music. 1935. We'll try one more time and then I'm going to give up and leave it. Ugh. Look for some viewer mail here. There it goes. Cool, we did it. We will see how long that lasts. Who do we got in here? Ken MK2, good to see you, man. I think, have I seen you in here before, or did I see you in Jackie's chat? I can't remember. What power issues? Oh, that's right. I just remembered who you are. Well, yeah, what power issues? Nick, if that's true, I'm all set. Hey, Answorth. Good to see you back. Pop this chat out, and I'm going to put it back up in top screen. Hello. I think I don't need it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put this entire thing up. One more second, and we'll get back. And I'll give you guys a tour of the cabinet. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Cool. All right. So, oh, yeah. I don't have any power issues with it. I don't remember having any power issues with it. It has its issues. Like sometimes if you don't power it down properly, like if you just cut the power to it, it'll screw the file system all up. Maybe that's what you're thinking of. So here, this looks really cool, and I might leave this. But here is what's going on with this cabinet. Step back so you get the full gutted view of it. Also, I've got a first edition Mortal Kombat cabinet over there that I've got a tournament edition ROM in. The CRT on that thing is immaculate, so I don't ever leave it on unless someone's playing it because I'm trying to keep that as is. That's my Roland drum set, which I'm going to reprogram to work with Rock Band on a stream very soon. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, the cabinet is it's an old. You could see that. I'll show you that later. That's the marquee. It's an old bump up and down, just a regular old 80s arcade cabinet. Nothing special about it. It's got that really cool 80s wood grain to it. That's just the best. It is, I know this is what you guys give a crap about. It is running off of, ooh, hey, these movers. Running off an OG original Xbox. And that really is all it is. It is modded, of course, to load unsigned software on it. It's autofocus. It's running a drop-in software called CoinOps, which is great and still maintained. They only just recently ported it to PC. So one day I got to build a PC that can run that. But we'll we'll see. That's further down the line because this works perfectly fine. I like that it just works.
Sexy
I like that I could just, hey, what's in my OPSEC? Thanks for the follow. Follow along as I destroy my own OPSEC. This is a super great solution. You just drop it onto the hard drive, and including updating it, you just drop it in and you're ready to go and you're done. You can do a couple of tweaks to get it to boot straight into the MAME setup, which is generally what you want. I got that going, but for the most part, it's been stable as hell. Aztec 1337, cool name. Thanks for joining. Thanks for following. Dig it. This is like I said, super stable. It just works, and so I just leave it. One of the main reasons I went with this versus like just MAME for PC in general is the inputs are super easy to get working and keep working. I always had a problem with MAME on getting controllers and crap to work, whereas CoinOps and the Xbox, it just works. What I did for the controls, get a good angle here. Sorry about the dogs. I'll let the autofocus cope with that. This looks like an absolute nightmare. It's really not that bad. See if I can stop these lights. 1 second. So I can actually see what's going on here. Let's get a white on. There you go. Nope, that didn't do what I hoped. Or did it? Dim it a little. There you go. So all of these wirings, all of these buttons here are from an X Arcade tabletop MAME Xbox controller. If you look up X Arcade, like they do like coffee table arcade controllers, like 2-player Street Fighter 200 button things. I just got one of those used on eBay, beat to hell. Gutted all the buttons out of it, put them inside this plexiglass. As you can see, just drilled some holes, bolted them in. The joysticks I swapped out for these because they have LEDs in them. These kind of suck. They're way too sensitive, and I kind of want to put the other ones back in. But the mounts are different for the screw holes, so it might look ugly. I got to play with that. We're not going to do that on this stream. So then I put all those buttons in there, leave all the wires, or at least keep track of where all the wires go, and then they all plug into this board here. What's really cool about this, so they see all of the connectors for everything going to this board. It's got one output here. This output makes around, goes down there, comes back up here, plugs into the Xbox. This is just 2 Xbox controllers plugged right in there because this is an X Arcade Xbox controller that I gutted the hardware out of. That saved me a ton of time making something work with MAME and all that crap, because this was made to work with this. And because it's Xbox and a home console, it was made to just plug in and you're done. No drivers, there's no button mapping bullshit. Can you imagine just having to deal with button mapping all of this? And it never sticks. And so you got to do it every time you boot it up for some dumb reason, or every 60th time. It's just absolute garbage. This is why people even use consoles at all. This is why consoles haven't disappeared yet. This is why, this current generation of consoles that's coming out is just PCs. Like, they're nothing other than just PCs, and yet people are still going to buy them instead of just buying PCs because they just work. Because you could just plug this stuff in and it just works every single time. It's for people who don't have time to screw with crap. And I don't have time to screw with crap. I love screwing with crap, but I have too much crap I need to screw with. So I love this setup. Again, the software is called CoinOps. I'll walk you through it up there in a second. So that's what all this is. Right into there. I did stick a fan in the back. Drilled a massive hole. Should have seen the size of that hole, so to give some extra ventilation here. And that's the power. And I'll show you how that power works in a second. There's a lot of stuff down below. That's pretty cool. Up top, so you got a little clamp there. That clamp is just for a monitor arm that holds this LCD in place, and I'll I might not take that out at all, but there's just an LCD back there on a monitor arm. This plastic here is some tinted. Let's see if I can get up on it. Ooh. Really get in there, maybe you can see the. No, you really can't. But that's the point of it. This is it's like a 25% tint on this plexiglass, and that's so you can't see the monitor back there. It's a black LCD, but all it looks like from a distance is it looks like that's the CRT. You can't see the frame of the monitor at all. And that's where that tint comes in, and it's pretty great. So if you're building something like this with an LCD, 25% tint on that plexiglass is where it's at. What's in my OPSEC? I've been working in that industry for like 18 years. Can't take that much credit. Oh, you know, if you look down here, you can you guys even see that little Asus logo? Sort of vaguely right there. It's like the most you can make out that this is, there you go, yeah. That's the little badge on the bottom of the LCD that's in there. That's like all you can see, but back it up, can't tell, right? Cool as hell, get that tint. Get it, do it. So then I'm working on, I'm replacing the speakers up here. Speaker holes there. Those wires that are in there, everything runs through this. That goes way back behind the monitor, down here and underneath. This is where it gets weird. I hope I have enough light for down here. So let's close this up. Oh man, this is like my embarrassing basement here. Hang on. Heck, I'm gonna go get light because I'm gonna need it anyway. One sec. There we go. Let's get this trash out of here first. These are the old joysticks that came off of the X-Arcade box. They're really nice, super durable. I actually like them a lot. They're 8-direction. They didn't look as cool, so I got rid of them. Learned that lesson. So basically, this is all my spare parts. This is Xbox EEPROM. This is for jailbreaking the Xbox. I have a lot of old PC hardware in here. Ugh. All right, we're gonna make a mess. Controller, speaker covers, some extra buttons, USB to control, or USB to memory card adapter for the Xbox. A lot of stuff in here because this is not the first Xbox I've had in here, and I had one that I had one that died, just stopped booting up anymore, and I had to buy a new one. And jailbreaking an Xbox, not easy anymore because you need so much old PC hardware that doesn't exist. You need a hard copy of Mech Assault, you know? And while that was a really common game, stuff like this gets harder to find. So I got to keep a copy of that around in case things go south, and I got to mod another Xbox to make this work again. You need a floppy drive. No computer's a floppy drive anymore, so I got a USB floppy drive in case I got to mod this again. In fact, I should keep the floppy disk in the drive, just safe. What do we got here? This is what is this? This is also from the X-Arcade kit. Sorry about that. It's just the adapter that was up there plugs into this, and then it's got USB on the other end so that it works with PC as well. I just kept it because why would I get rid of it? This is the original Xbox AV cables. Again, getting harder to find. Keep it around. What is this? This is a 4 gig Geek Squad USB drive. Probably has important files on here for jailbreaking the Xbox. Keep it in the pile. Oh, this is the DVD player remote infrared adapter that also enabled the playback of DVDs. Modern Vintage Gamer did a really cool video or set of videos on this stuff. Like throwing the exposure off. Even though this is just an infrared adapter that plugs into the USB port in the front, the Xbox would not play DVDs. It would not decode DVDs unless this was connected. And you had to pay like $30 for this. And that's how they handled licensing fees for DVD playback, because adding a DVD playback license to every single Xbox was expensive if you considered that most people would never use it for that. So Microsoft would be blowing that money by having to add that license. So what they did is they added the decoder to the Xbox and made it so the decoder wouldn't kick in unless this device was plugged in, which was sold separately for $30. And these are what they paid for the licenses on. Crafty. Super crafty. Cool idea. Save them a lot of money. Just making some room, and I'll show you guys what's down here better. Some buttons, just lots of buttons. In case stuff breaks. What is this? This is a strip of LEDs from who knows what. Okay, so it's down here. This is a nice little tripod. I like this setup. So what's going on back here is this box here. Again, you'll recognize that connector from the controller board that was up top. This is just the X Arcade control box that turns into two Xbox controller outputs and plugs into the front of that Xbox up there. So again, it's just a scavenged X Arcade control unit. Takes you a very, very long way towards getting your controllers and everything set up on PC or Xbox. Like just having something that is all those buttons and everything, all the wires, all set to go, and you just got it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't ever reinvent the wheel. Like, yeah, you can do all that yourself. You can spend 50 hours just crimping wires to connect buttons, but why? Why would you do that? To say you did, like, no one cares. Steal it from X Arcade. So everything else down here is obviously 3 fans. Those are stock. 3 fans in the back. They pull in air from a tiny sliver of a slot behind them and blow it upwards into that. And that's the Xbox up there that you're looking at. And that's what led me to put an exhaust fan behind that Xbox. This here, as you can see, Logitech Z13. This is desktop computer speakers. That's what we were running up top. That's what I just pulled out. This was a piece of crap sound setup. I think this goes for like $15 at Micro Center or something. And so we're going to get this out and put in some real speakers. So that's going to be fun. This is the main project we're working on here. Oh, it looks like I glued it in there. Whoa. I'm going to go see what that was. Hang on. Hi. Nobody's dead. Um, yeah, Grog's actually, I think you're right on that disc, and I'm pretty sure that's why I had it outside of there. Honestly, now that they run this software on PC, I hope I never have to do that again. Anyway, we're going to pull this audio adapter out. This is Ethernet. I actually put a jack in the back of the machine so I don't have to get to the back of the Xbox all the time. The reason I have Ethernet hooked up is because you can FTP updates over for the software instead of having to, I don't know, something else. So I just put that Ethernet in for that purpose. This is all, well, I screwed this in here. This is all the audio system. So we're going to yank this out. And this power supply, this is a 12-volt power well, it's a PC power supply, as you can tell. And I use it for the 12-volt power, or I think, I am almost positive. Midnight Never Won, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm almost positive the only reason I have this power supply in here is for the 12-volt run. Or no, it's probably the 5-volt run, actually, to power the LEDs and everything. So this is like a several 100-watt power supply that is just powering like half an amp of LEDs. We're going to confirm that while I'm in here, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. And where's the and then the power strip. You guys, yeah. So there's the power strip that connects to that little power. How nauseous is everyone? The little box there on the side turns it on still, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna get back to work on pulling this old audio system out. Making a mess. All right, and Jacko has texted me and said everything's fine over there, so nobody has to do a safety check on him. All right. Pull the speaker output out. Let's get the power from this disc connection. And it looks like I have bolted the rectifier and transformer to the wood here, which is, I mean, good. It shows that I care about the work that I do. The rest of this mess does not show that, but I started strong, and that's that. Sorry about the dogs. I'm not working in the vaults. I can't really control that background audio. Anyway. Cool. Again. Ooh, if you guys haven't seen this thing, this is one of my favorite tools. This little magnetic bowl. Keeps all your screws in there. It's an absolute jam. Dogs love knocking noises. So you saw those speakers up top. Those run down right into the amp. Ugh. Here you go. So you'll recognize that. The autofocus isn't great on that. That's just, yeah, regular speaker wire. That's a speaker wire that came down from up top. And I just literally soldered it onto the desktop computer audio amp, just like that. So I'm going to cut that. There should be two. So that's very weird. This is not a stereo setup. Oh, the hell. I see what that is. So this is the subwoofer wiring. So that goes to the subwoofer that's up there, which is a dumb idea. Well, I don't know why I put a subwoofer over anyone's head. The wires that would go to the stereo speakers up there. Oh, this is a shitty setup. We might leave this. No, we won't. But here, we can cut this. This might get silly really quick. Well, it's already gotten pretty silly. I did this years and years and years ago, and as we all knew, past us is always very stupid. So, the two stereo speakers up there just connect to this speaker output. Literally just that. You know what that is. Plugs in there, goes out to the speakers. I literally, here's one end of it, just spliced the speaker wire into the wire that connects to the amp. How funny. So we're gonna yank all of this crap out. First, this stuff's all done, so we can clean this up. I think we can yank this out. It's definitely wrapped around itself a bunch. This is difficult. Okay, I'm going to cut this subwoofer because it doesn't need to be connected anymore. Where did I put my angle cutters? Anyone say angle cutters? Passwords for days. He keeps track of this stuff. Right. And is that it? What is this? Oh, I know what this is. I don't know how I got this up. Oh, it goes here. This is gonna fall. Watch this. Plop. Nice. All right. This is this is how I did volume controls. Literally, the desktop audio controller. And I just ran it up there. Here's the other end. Where does this go? It's magic. I don't know. Oh, that goes, of course, that goes to the output from the back of the Xbox. So I have to go get that other end out. Here. Should just be back here somewhere. Oh, no, it goes, oh, yeah. So this is, I totally forgot to tell you guys about this one. This is a VGA adapter for the Xbox that Nioia made. This was kind of hard to source, but that allows me to connect the LCD up to the Xbox. It's very important. So it's also got it does audio and VGA out because that AV connector does everything. And then we're just gonna run it here and check. Down here. Oh, somewhere. Where's that? There's a little hole. There. Cool. Close that up. Back to work down here. So we should be able to fish this out now. There it is. That just goes back of the Xbox. But not no more. It don't. Yes. All right. Cool. So that's the subwoofer line. We don't need that anymore. Why did I leave such a fucking mess down here? What the hell is wrong with me? We're gonna clean that up. I'm Get some zip ties down here. Do this for real. I must have been so sick of working on this thing that I just closed it up and said I'll finish it later, and then years went by. Who knows that trick? Really adjust the brightness of this light. There, that's not bad. Oh, it's hot in here. How you guys doing? Sticking in there? Is this still interesting? You guys want to see a dog? He fits. Shh. He doesn't know we're watching him. There he goes. Super interested in what's going on in here. Fitz, what is it? What is everything? He's done. Well, that was fun. Dog always wakes everybody up. Oh. Come here. Yeah. Well, okay. Oh. Here. Take a dog break. Yeah. Dog break. Blinded. Wow, that's too much. This is Fitz. He's a good doggo. He's made of spare parts, but he's working it out. This is his favorite. Hey, we gotta get back to work. It's getting a no vote. I don't even know. There's nothing. Yeah, nope. There's no info on those tags. That all just goes back to animal rescue stuff. Rabies vaccine. Yeah. Look at that face. Look at that face. Ugh. No, don't go in there. You can go in here. All right. It's looking way cleaner in here now. Sort of. Trash. The movers really messed this thing up. Xbox memory card, that's what they look like. A lot of y'all don't know. What are we doing now? I gotta figure out what to do with this wiring. So the new system is a big ass subwoofer. So what I'm gonna do is clean up this wiring first, and then yeah, look at how much cleaner this is. I'm gonna get some ties. Start cleaning these wirings up. Get out of here. The dogs think the plasticky sound is snacks. To be fair, so do I. All right. Get my angle cutters. Nope. Zip ties. These are the best. Everyone needs 1,000 of these a day. First off, there's no reason to do this. So we're gonna anything bigger to cut this with? No, we're gonna half-ass this. Or something like. Here was better. Good enough. This is just, I don't know what you call these. It's like a channel, spiral channel thing. You just run wires in it. Yeah, the speaker wires in there. So, put this off to the side for a sec. What is this? Oh, I know what this is. This is the input wire again. And it's this way. Get those out of the way. Yeah, those Velcro. I like those Velcro ones for temporary solutions, like when I got to wrap and unwrap cables a lot. Like they're good for storage, but for permanent stuff like this, these what do you call these? I call these zip ties, but they got a different name, and I can never remember it. So right now, I'm just tying all this up. Get out of the way. I'm so glad I'm finally doing this. Decades later. Decades, kids. I made that up. It's probably 6 years. Oh, pro tip. Pro tip. Don't blow dust into fans that are facing you. This is dumb. This is dumb. I'm gonna change this. So, this is how neat freaky we're gonna get with this. This is the monitor power, I believe. I don't like that it's coming out of that hole. I'm gonna come out of this hole, so it's closer to all this bundle. It looks neater. That's great insight into my psychosis. So stand by. You can watch the little cam for that fun, I guess. It's easier to unplug it from here. Oop, that was the monitor. Cool. Not, I don't know, Grandpa's lung machine. Sorry, Gramps. It's just too messy. I gotta clean it. Clean is keen, Gramps. You know how it goes. You're old anyway. You had a good run. This doesn't fit. Okay. Down here. Okay. Okay, back in here. Which way? That way? Is that the right way? It was right. Well, we gotta get those speakers right too. I'm gonna dive in here. We're gonna get weird. Who's ready to get weird? Hey, Window Hero. Good to see you on this end of cyberspace. Instead of the weird LDAP end of cyberspace. What is this? Anybody remember what this is? Oh, hey, there's another. What is this? The hell? I don't know what that is. It was up here. Oh, that's this goes to I'll show you. Oh, that fell. Fix that later. That goes to this button, which on the original arcade setup could detect if the door was open and would turn everything off. I don't want that, so we're gonna leave that over here. And I'm gonna crawl in here and get these speaker wires into this snaky thing. I see why I didn't do this before. Well, actually, I don't know if I want to do that yet. Get my game plan together. Okay, those can be bare wire inputs. I'll show you why. So this thing barely fits this. So this is going to be the this is what's going to run the speakers in this thing now. So the speakers that are up top, plug in here, these little snappy things. We all know how these work. So those can be bare wires, so I don't have to worry about. Oh, jeez. Hope I didn't need that. I don't have to worry about these not being bare wires, but I do want them to be long enough is the problem. And they're kind of not, and that kind of sucks. So, instead of running new wire, wow, what a shitty setup. Let me investigate something. No, those don't move very well. Okay, so it would be I don't know what's going on there. I might have zip tied them all together. So it would be a huge pain in the ass to. Oh, that one's spliced fine. It's just this one that sucks. Let me fix this one and just make this one better. Let's see what's going on in here. This is all old and slimy like me. Till I did it. Man, I knew this was going to be bad lighting, but come on. No, that actually looks really nice. just hate that they're spliced like this. Crap. I'm trying to figure out how to do this without running all new wires. All right, it's pretty janky now. I'm gonna make it half as janky. It's still gonna be janky, but it's gonna be half janky. So cut this out completely. Ditch that. This one is from this. Oh, I know what I can do. So this one was for the subwoofer, which we're not gonna leave up there. So this entire wire can get ditched, but it's still run up there. So I'm going to resolder this to one of the new speakers instead of the subwoofer. We're going to ditch this janky ass mess completely. And we will use these two wires, which will connect nicely to the back of the unit that's going in here. So tie these together for now so I don't forget them. There you go. And I'm going to get in there and run it into this thing just to make it look really nice and less confusing. One sec. Okay. And we're gonna, oh boy. Kids like that. This is not. I don't know. This isn't gonna look good any way we do it, but we're gonna try it. Right, so this is the one I don't need. What's that fan noise? Is that annoying as hell? So again, what I'm working with here is the speaker wires that run up to the speakers all the way in the top of the cabinet. This is like, a lot of people think setting up a MAME cabinet is like, oh yeah, just build a PC and they put it inside a cabinet, and then I got a MAME cabinet, and it's like, it's just like car ownership, but there's all this crap you don't consider, like, oh, the speakers up top need an amplifier, and you threw that away, or the amplifier was maybe part of the JAMA board, which I don't, that's how JAMA boards work, but or the cabinet you got was totally empty, like this one, and there was no speaker amp, and you can't just plug that into a PC because it's not powered enough. So then, like, oh, you get some PC speakers like I did, but then, like, well, how do you get the wires up there? You got to cut them because the speakers don't fit through these holes, and then next thing you know, you're cutting and splicing, and you're like, well, I should at least run like real speaker wire. And yeah, see this okay? It'd be funny if you can. I can't see what you can see at all, but I think I need to move this way. I think you can at least see something funny going on. What is this? It's not good. I'm doing this completely blind. Whoa! Now, speaking of completely blind. Upside down and blind. But this is, again, this is that subwoofer, or no, this is the left speaker wire that I'm getting rid of because I'm going to repurpose the subwoofer wire. So I'm going to clip this completely and just ditch it. Clip, gone. If I'm wrong, it's now too late. And we get to laugh at me later, which I think that's what makes for a good stream. Like, as long as you get to laugh at me. I'm going to cut this off. I can't wait to watch the VOD, the VODs of this, because this is some prime crotch time. Click that off. Good. There we go. It's way better. Way less messy in here. Nobody died. So then we can also bundle all this together. There's my zip tie. Here. Feels working here. Mouthful of zip ties. Bundle that up nice. A lot of people tell me I'm very flexible, and I don't believe it, but I might be willing to believe it now. Okay, so I got that going. So I think I can do the rest after I get out of here. So one sec. Spotted something else here, actually, I want to clean up. It's the bottom of the box here, but I'm going to tie all these together here. And we're going to find out what I'm using this power supply, this PC power supply for, but like I said, I'm almost positive it's, it's just to get the 5 volts to run all the LEDs. Just kind of a stupid reason to have it, but it's there. So it's there and it works, and it's not taking up a lot of space. It's taking up way more space than it needs to run those LEDs, but it's fine. Gonna leave it. All right, clip that guy. Oh, I have horrible allergies tomorrow. Not too bad in here. I mean, considering, if you take a look around in this thing, it's pretty clean. Oh, Chris, you still there? You should be impressed by this. The cleanliness. All right, I'm coming out. Oh. Hope you all enjoyed that. Okay. We did it. We did something. Click this out. All right. Oh man. What's up, Bearcat girl? You digging it? Dig that sweet chord control? We're doing it. Yeah, I don't need to build my own amplifier because, again, just like everything else in here, don't reinvent the wheel. Reuse crap that already exists that works fine. You definitely don't need like a high-end amplifier for shitty MAME audio. Let's get this going out here. We're slowly getting to sweet chord control land. It's gonna happen. I used to build. I used to work at Micro Center, and one year I built 300 PCs in 1 year, and I prided myself on my chord control and my organization at the time, my cable organization inside the PCs, and there you go. Why did I make this ether that small? What this goes to. Yoink. Oh, that was the Xbox. Oh no, that might not come back. I'll find out in a minute. there was a company called, it wasn't Alien, oh, it was Alienware. So this was Alienware before, I'm pretty sure it was Alienware, before Dell owned them. And they were known for, they had hired this origami guy to do all their cable management, and their cable management, their PCs was beautiful. And I was like, I could beat that. And so I like set out to beat that and do even better cable management. Nick, don't jinx me. I don't ever want to have to touch that floppy disk again. But they were based out of Canada. Somebody figure out what company that was. Amazing cable management, mid 2000s, based out of Canada, and they were doing like bespoke gaming PCs. And I think it might have been Alienware, but I'm not positive. One of those. Or I guess you guys might even know already. This up here. And so it's right around, it would be right around the George W. Bush re-election period, because I remember the company was in Canada and I had applied for a Canadian work visa because I really, really wanted to go work for this company. And I remember at the same time there was a massive influx of visa applications because whenever there's an American election for president, everyone says they're going to move to Canada, and tries to. Because it's funny, we pick on Canada at the same time. Like everyone thinks it's this like crazy paradise, when it's in fact it's very similar to us. So hey, there we go. Like that's some great cable management. I could do better, but no one's going to see it ever. So this is as good as we're going to get. I forgot to zip up the Xbox cord in there. I'm a doof. Let's get this in here. Gonna get some way better airflow in here. So I applied for a Canadian work visa, and it took 2.5 years for me to get a response. And I was approved. Oh, yeah, there was an exam you had to take that increased your. It wasn't an exam; it was a list of questions that increased your ability to get in, and you had to answer. You had to score enough. You had to score 40-some points, and it was like, do you speak French? Do you know anyone who speaks French up here? Do you have family up here? Things like that. That would make you a more viable member of society. They asked like what your job was, and if you were IT, it scored you a ton of points because they were short on IT workers up there at the time, and so that worked. So anyway, 2.5 years later, I got approved for a Canadian work visa, but by then I had moved on and I didn't want it anymore, so I never went. But there was a time where I might have ended up in being a Canadian and having a much different life. There. Look at that. That's great. Let's get those sarcastic emojis in here now. Tell me that don't look good. Let's get this light out of here. Beautiful. Everybody shut up. Hey, Death Reaper Souls. Good to see you back. I very much enjoy the cold. I had been cabin hunting in Iceland up until stuff happened recently. Big cold fan. I love the cold. I love the mountains. Iceland is my absolute paradise. All right, so now we gotta strip the ends of these speaker wires to connect them to the amp. Just gonna do that while I'm down here. There we go. Yeah. Everybody, love it. Say it's great out loud. Tell if there's someone in your house, tell them that. Tell them to come look at it and appreciate it. Where are my wire strippers? strip ever, if Twitch ever finds out how many strippers I have on this channel. Banned. But here they are. Hot strippers in action. Look at them work. Ooh, yeah. Stripping. Take it off. Yeah. That's the way Daddy likes it. Oh, this one's plain hard to get. Hard to see. Oof. Let's get you out of that tight outfit here. Take off that jacket. There we go. Hot nude wires. You like those? Shiny. Okay. All right, so we're gonna leave those dangling. Those dangly bits. Stripped and dangly down here. Hey, yes, I'm working on a MAME cabinet. Can't you tell? Isn't it obvious what we're doing? We're done here for right now. We're gonna go back up top. Way up top. Got really high ceilings. Oh. You guys nauseous yet? Yeah, for those just joining or joining since the last tour. Oh, hey, let's play Does It Turn Back On? I'm not great at that game. Let's try this out here. All the LEDs are off. Some of them. I think I know why. Come on. Takes a second. That's a good sign. Boom. Okay, everything's fine. Oh, jeez. This better positioning. Yeah. I'm just elongating my back here. All right. Oh, so, hey, Game Tech Chris. You always come in late in the day. Yeah, my usual crew's rolling in now. Yeah, so we're working on a MAME cabinet here. I'll give you the rundown. That's where we just were, in this pit of despair down here. So, light off for now. Yeah, so we were down there. We'll open this up so you can see what. Hang on, let me fix. In fact, I'm going to walk you through how these lights work while I turn them back on. So that 12-volt power supply we had down here, this PC power supply, like anyone who's worked on computers knows exactly what that thing down there is. This guy here has these wires that run up to, you know, I don't need this. And it's running off an original Xbox. And, oh wait, so those, see the PC wires there? Clear PC connectors? Wow, how did they find that? Is this why I did it? So this controller here is what controls the LEDs, and it's got a Molex. Oh no, I clearly soldered that Molex connector into this device. Why did I do this? That's what I did. What is this about? Oh, I really know why I also used the PC power supply. So I needed 12 volts DC, which is one of the two voltages that PC power supplies put out. You can see when this is out. No. A bit further away. There That's a little better. This sucks. Yeah, foof. This is quality. This is pro streamer shit right here. No. It's as good as it's gonna get. So he says while continuing to fill. This is all coming from that power supply that's down there. All these red, yellow, and black bundles. That's from the PC power supply. So you can see one goes here. This is the controller for the LEDs, and I'll explain how that works in a second. The other one has the 5 volts completely lopped off of it, and you see just the black and yellow come out. The yellow is the 12 volts. This is kind of funny. So this is a fan wire, but the yellow goes here and it splices right into here, and it runs on down, and it's what powers the little coin slot LEDs. Ugh. Those, just hard to see, but yeah, that's what's lighting those up. And I went through all that trouble just to get the 12 volt, because I wanted that like garbage, super dim, amber arcade game incandescent bulb look. That like half lit up that looks like garbage. I love that. And that's what I wanted. And so you have to use those old 12 volt incandescent bulbs, because you can get LEDs, but they're all white or they're yellow and they don't look right and they're too bright. This is what I wanted, this like trash arcade look. And to do that, I had to run these wires from a 12 volt supply, because all the original arcade equipment that was in there had been gutted out, just to run those damn lights. That's what all that stupid wiring is about. But then let me connect these LEDs back up so you can see better. And I'll do some more wiring cleanup, because holy crap, this looks like trash. Where? I don't even know where that other connector is. Why is this all off? That's bad too. That's a bad sign. Oh! Oh no. Oh. I broke something. Is the power supply not turning on? Is that a problem? Oh no, it's on because we're getting these lights. What am I controlling? There it is. Not turning on. Crap. There's no way that broke though. We're getting power because those turn on. But I definitely broke that. I'm gonna open this up and see what happened. That's my light. But that was just like a hot glue or something I did, and not really important. Oh, I broke that. Yeah. Oh, that's bad. To figure out how to redo that. Oh, this is super, super awful. Show you what I did here. So my original plan, this is some stupid Johnny bullshit. I had, this thing takes a 12 volt input, so I had wired this Molex connector into there so that a PC connector can plug into it. And it is just, I know it's hard to see, but so all of those came off. This is bad news. this is fine. Because I have a better solution now. Yeah, Game Tech Chris, it does. If you can see, one of these is wrecked. The other one, not wrecked. That was, it's hard to see, but that was on my shorter list of things to fix one day, and maybe now that I stream all this, I'll do that. Okay. Let me go get my solution for this. Other than that, yeah, MAME cabinet. Let me get the lights working, and then this thing looks really impressive. Stand by. Whoa. Shit. Okay. Nobody call the police. ASMR stream go. Let's go. Find a 12-volt power supply now. I know I got one because I just found one the other day. Feels like how I could take this mic with me and you can just imagine what's going on over here. Nope. 12 volt, 5 amp. Yeah, this'll do, kids. Be there in a second. Okay, I don't have time to do this the right way, so we're going to do it the wrong way for now, and I'll fix it later in 6 years. So, what I'm going to do here, I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. We're going to pull all of this out. Oh, it's just a splitter. What is this? Wow. So, oh, shit. Oh, that's garbage. Take this whole box and toss it and add this identical one that has a barrel connector to which I can connect this massive 12 volt 5 amp power supply. This is way too much. I'm going to use this for now. What I'm going to do eventually is just take a barrel connector like this and splice it directly to this 12 volt lead. So again, that PC power supply powers everything instead of having to have a second one. So I'm going to plug this in, and it's not going to look nice and clean because it's going to get taken out, hopefully, honestly, during the week. Set this up for now, and then you guys can really see the lights back on for those who are just joining. Yep. So I'll hook these up and explain this whole system. You can see stuff better. It's that splitter. So if you guys had watched the skateboard stream, you saw the programmable LEDs I had added to the skateboard and showed you guys how to program them. Isn't there? So we're gonna fix this in a bit. That comes off all the time. That's one of the things I wanted to fix. There, hang on, I gotta give it some juice. Right. Hopefully that thing works. There's my remote. There it goes. Okay, cool. White. And pump up the brightness. No, that's pretty good. Turn this off now. All right, so what's going on here with all these LEDs is if you watch a skateboard stream, you remember I use all these programmable LEDs that are really fun, and you could code up some really cool patterns and things to throw at them. You can also get these boxes here like this that have LED output, and then this thing is an infrared receiver to receive infrared signals from this remote. That has a whole, and so and it's a control board inside. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff pre-programmed inside of it to make the lights do all kinds of fancy things when the remote tells it to switch to whatever program. Try to make it just that. Let's get it to do something better. Let's give it a fade. There you go. And quick. We got the brightness. Yeah, so that's what I got going on there. I thought that was more fun. It's way less irritating. It's cheap. You just buy one of these, you throw it in, instead of coding up some stuff that's going to look similar anyway. And so that's the machine there. That LED strip, of course, runs all the way up to the top. That's how the lights all sync up together. That, more or less, those joysticks I think have burnt out LEDs, or the wiring splicing has gone bad, but I don't think that's what it is, and that's something I got to look at. I think tonight we might only have time to finish this speaker swap. But yeah, that's how those LEDs work. And like I said, I'll connect this to that 12-volt power supply sometime during the week instead of this janky solution. Leave it there for now. Everyone's still with me? It looks like it. Yeah, we got a bunch of people watching. So, back up here to deal with this speaker issue. Let me make these lights less annoying for the camera. This brightness down. There you go. I wonder if I can point the camera in there somehow. You don't need to, because explain what I was talking about, that subwoofer wire in there before. So this is yeah. This is a subwoofer. This is a stupid thing to have up here. You should never have subwoofers at ear level or above you or here at all. Like, this is dumb. So we're gonna disconnect this, because the new system has a subwoofer there. It's huge, and it's gonna go underneath. One of these wires, is now occurring to me that I don't know which of these is the one that I cut down there. So we're gonna do something about that. We're gonna throw some voltage through one of them and test it on the other, and that's what we'll do. And then the one that's cut is gonna get just ignored, and replaced with this subwoofer wire that I'm gonna remove because there's no reason for this subwoofer to exist up here, and I don't care. We're gonna disconnect it. So get something to throw some voltage at that. One sec. And yeah, I could. Maybe I could just do a trace of it. My multimeter, my stuff is long enough. Hang on, let me find it. No, that's not going to be long enough. Yeah, so. And yeah, there's clearly voltage up there because the lights are running. But tapping into that is annoying because they have flat connectors. I'm just going to literally tape 2 ends of the wire to the C battery and then test for that voltage down below. It's a good jam. Gremlin guy, this is one I made. Oh, hey, Hack for Kids. Sorry, let me go back to this chant. Hey, Hack for Kids, good to see you in here, man. Yeah, so I got a multimeter, as you just saw. It's not long enough. I mean, I could add more wires up here and stuff. I got a C battery. This is how we're doing it. Gremlin guy, this is an old arcade box that has been completely gutted that I've turned into a MAME cabinet. And it about like six years ago or so, and it is in need of some upgrades and repairs, and that's what we're doing here. Ether Killer would work. Was Hexen on there? Could have been. I've got 4,000 games in this thing. Okay, so literally electrical tape to C battery to the speaker wire, and we're gonna go down south, and we're gonna see which one it was. It's just a voltage tester. For anyone who's not familiar with them, I will not run through the 6,000 functions that one of these has. Just accept that it will allow me to see what wire has that battery connected. Here's my light. Okay, I'm not getting voltage on either of the runs down there. just funny because in my head, I had just guessed that the one I cut was the left one, and so up here I taped it to the left one for some reason, and I might have been right, which then means that I just made a dumb decision up here. Test this battery to make sure I actually get output from it. Yep, sure do. Okay, so now that we can infer from that the right one is the one that did not get cut. Instead of inferring, I'm going to actually test, because I've done this before, and I know when you infer, make an inf out of her, and just don't do that. Yeah, GTC, I had a fluke meter, and that thing was a piece of shit. Everyone talks about how great they are, and and certainly they do make great stuff. I think I got some kind of fluke. Like, I used to joke about it all the time, like, something called fluke, you think they wouldn't like throw it right in your face like that, but this thing is just the worst. But yeah, if your $10 meter is doing everything you need it to, you're done. Keep it, use it till it breaks, and then buy another $10 one. Nearly nobody needs, a $600 fluke one, especially if you don't need the accuracy. That's something that provides. So we got that hooked up. We're going to test for voltage one more time down here. You know what my favorite part about this thing is, though? It's got this little these magnets on the end, and you can stick them to anything. I love that. So testing for voltage again. So hard to see and do. You know what? This just occurred to me that this whole process is very stupid and redundant because I'm about to throw power through here. So why don't I just do that first? Fill this down. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill a couple of birds with this stone. Yeah, that strap is great, GTC, and it's funny. I didn't realize what it was at first. It was many uses before I discovered. I thought it was for safety, like if the magnets disconnect from the back, then like it knows you've been electrocuted and I don't know, disconnects stuff. Nope, it's just cool and for hanging. All right, so I'm putting this amp in the back. Nobody was here for what the hell this damn thing is. It's a bookshelf subwoofer amplifier that hooks up to the speakers. That's it. We should get the power in there. And I'm going to not cable manage this. This will get cleaned up when clean the other thing up that's in there. Stand by while I try to positive on the top. Okay. Oof. Let's look at that for a while. Figure out, find the stripe on his wire, so I know which is the which. Ooh, who's that? Oh, Hack for Kids! Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. All my sub money, I don't know if the spam bot's working today. All my sub money goes towards helping buy PPE equipment for COVID-19 workers. So if you guys are interested in that, and helping me help that out, that's where 100% of all my money from Twitch goes. This is going to be something I have to feel out, which is going to suck. So let me get this set up right. The jump. Okay. This is all by hand. Oh, I can't even fit it in there with that watch on. That's how tight this fit is. Since I'm going to have such trouble getting the back of this, I got to make sure I got the input set up first. So I need to get my output from the Xbox. 1 sec. Because once this is in there, pulling it out creates a lot of annoyances. There it was. That audio out. Oh, it was hardwired to the other thing, so I gotta go scrounge for one. All right. Just try these. Everybody knows what this is. So, one end is going to go audio out from the Xbox. Oh no, which one was it? Why are there two? Where's my light? And they are unmarked. That's cool. All right, well, we're going to plug into one of them, and it's going to be great. Oh, and there's two VGAs out too, so I think this is just... This allows for dual monitors, like mirroring out. You'd want that. I guess I can leave that monitor all the way up top so other people can watch what's going on. I don't know. That's a future Johnny problem. Oh man. Yeah, Hack for Kids, go ahead. I fully support Hack for Kids and everything that they do. They're a local organization that promotes the education of technology and information security for kids of various ages. I've known Hack for Kids for like 10 years. They do great things. Definitely give them a follow to help prevent kids from mining bitcoins by hand. That's a great tagline. Think of the children. Think of those poor children. Yeah, but great organization, fully supported. Highly recommend. Do them a favor, do them follow. Right, so I'm connecting this to the inputs here in the back. Now I got to connect the outputs, and the outputs are more difficult than the inputs. Also the powers. Towers are usually the easiest. But it goes south pretty fast. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna stand this up once it's in there. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Oh, that's tasty. Mmm. Oh, I'm enjoying this. I can almost see back there, but not enough. What is everyone doing? If I can crawl in there. Get my head and one hand, and not far enough to see. Can I turn this? This is a this is not this is a subpar situation. This is less than ideal. I really need my other hand for these. I can do something else. Turn this off the right way. It's not responding. It's disconcerting. Oh, it's because I disconnected. Okay, we're going to turn this off the wrong way and hope it's not dead forever. Gonna pull this out. That's disconnected. And we're going to come at that subwoofer from above. Yeah? You can't see that. Yeah, that's no better. Who cares? Do I hold that up? For sure. I'm gonna die in there.
Oh man, I can see so much better. Oh, this is great. Just trust me that it's going amazingly well.
Can you guys hear me?
Right, I got one connected. Oh yeah. This is a really good speaker wire.
Glad I did this. This is, once again, this is the glory of owning your own MAME cabinet. I know it's every gamer's dream to one day do this. And you too can look this cool on the internet.
Ass in the air. Someone tunes into your Twitch stream right
At this point, goes, what is that guy doing? Is he okay? They think it's a different kind of stream. They think they're on Plex Storm. Start looking for my OnlyFans. almost done. Thank God it's so clean in here. This would be a nightmare. Keep your houses clean, kids, because it keeps the inside of your MAME cabinets clean, and that's what you really care about. Think of the MAME cabinets. That's good. Is that good? Are we in? I don't know if it's in. I can't tell. It's hard. It's hard, but I wiggled a bunch and it got in there. And as good as it's going to get. Okay. Let's reassemble all this. I didn't turn that power switch on. That's going to be its own stupid problem. Wrong way. Ethernet. AV connector. Power. Where's the power go? It's on that side. Let's put cooling. Controllers in place. Oh no, did I lose? Lost my LED power. Dumb crap. This is a bad solution that I will need to remedy quickly. Yeah. Okay, so that's up. Oof. Okay. Now, now we gotta solder these speakers. Where do the speakers go? Not those. There were better ones that I scavenged. Yell if you see them. It's not those. All right, searchlight time. There. These guys. These. Thick honeys. That's what I'm gonna put up here. Oh, I think that does fit. I don't have to drill no holes. They don't fit. They almost fit. It's funny, like the electronics are what don't fit. Nope. Seem to be wider. Let me go get a handsaw. We're gonna hack this thing up. We're gonna do it. BRB. Check, check. Oh. It's my audio out, though. Well, mic's working, right? I'm going to just have to deal with that. Yeah, so I won't hear the alerts, but I'll see them when I see them. Let's cut some holes. Show you what I'm dealing with here. Yeah, this is my, my arcade. I've got my, it's a first edition Mortal Kombat over there in amazing condition. I'm very proud of it. This is my drum set that I'm actually going to hook up to Rock Band on stream soon. I have to reprogram it. That's going to be a fun project. And then it'll work on Rock Band. I'm going to put a screen right there. I've got this projector up here. Projects onto that back wall, and it's curved, so you got a really cool curved cinema experience, and you can sit on the floor. And I have a bunch of consoles in the closet hooked up to the projector to project on that wall, so that's where all like the retro gaming happens. It is a very fun, cool arcade. So we're what I'm working on here is these holes here. Lay down there. I'm gonna make a big freaking mess. These holes aren't big enough to fit these thick fat bottom speakers, so we're gonna widen them. Yeah, Gremlin, it's a TD10 with the mesh heads all the way around, some Alesis symbols. I used to have a TD30. I ran a great scam against Micro Center way back, or not Micro Center, I would never scam Micro Center, they're great, against Guitar Center way back in the day. And the way that scam operated was they price matched anything, including eBay. I don't know if you can hear me over the song. Story. Hopefully it'll take one. How's that? You want to do? Probably better wrap this out. Run a little faster. I don't know. Always wear eye protection, kids. Oof. How about that monitor about to fall off? That's cool. A good time. How did I cut these holes to begin with? I own a hole saw this big anymore. So Guitar Center would price match even eBay as long as it was an eBay store and they sold related goods. Getting closer. And so Sweetwater, if you're a music or an audio person, you've probably used Sweetwater a ton. Had accidentally listed a full Roland 5-piece TD-30 set for like $1,000 or something. What? Let me think about it. It was normally 3,200. Oh, and they listed it for 1,200 accidentally. And they took it right down. But back then, the way eBay worked is if they took something down, it just looked like the thing had sold. It just said like auction ended. It sold for $1,200. So I took it in a Guitar Center and I was like, "What's up? You gonna match this?" And expecting them not to match that at all. And drum guy calls the manager. Manager looks at it and goes back and forth and tells me all the rules and stuff. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool. So, what's up?" And he goes in the back. He's like, "All right, I gotta call home office." He's gone for like an hour. He's gone for like an hour. And I know they're trying to verify this every which way. And that's fine. Like, if they're not going to give it to me, okay. You know, I'm not out anything. And we're in the drum department just making, it's me and actually and my drummer from my band at the time. And we're being annoying because it's Guitar Center. Hour later, this guy comes back and he's mad. He's super mad. He's like throwing a fit, like pushing stuff over. Goes behind the register, starts typing up the shit. I walk over and I go, "What's up?" He's like, "Gotta give it to you." And he's super mad about it. And he writes it up and he sold me a Roland DD-30 5-piece mesh drum set, full hardware for like $1,200. So like $2,000 off. Livid, absolutely livid. I had that thing and I played that thing for a long time. And but then I needed to pay food and rent and stuff and had to sell it. And I ended up selling it for like $2,300. So I made a tidy profit on it still. And then years and years later, I bought this thing, but it's only a TD-10. I bought it off a church auction for like $800. So still a good deal. Would recommend. This is slow going, and I'm wondering if I should buy a hole saw to do this with. Or a routing bit Dremel. Um, That's about a full inch of particle board. See if I got something, but I think I'm gonna pass. But hang on. this is going to work. I think this is too small. Yeah, that's way too small. Yeah, I could half-ass it and use it to widen it, but what I'm actually going to do is I'll run to the hardware store tomorrow and get a routing bit for my Dremel and widen it that way. Or perhaps a hole saw, but I think the routing bit's going to be better since the holes are already there and it's way cheaper. I hate buying hole saws because, especially that size, you use them once and you paid $20 for them. I'd rather have the router bit. So that's going to wait till tomorrow. For now, I'm going to make sure these speakers at least work. I don't think I turned this on. Still connected. Where's the power switch? Oh, there it goes. Oh, all right. I was trying to find the volume controls. It was sitting on them. One sec. Yeah, I hear that bass. So bass works. Yeah, you're right, Nick. When you're trying to hollow out an existing hole, you don't want a hole saw. Just bad news. You could futz around and get it to work, but it's a bad time. Like if I'm going to the hardware store, I'm just going to get the right thing for the job. All right. So now I'm gonna see what speakers go to what. This is gonna be really loud. I'm gonna turn this down. Okay. There's one. Of course, it's like the shitty 8-bit audio as soon as I get the speaker hooked up. There we go. Oh, you guys hear that? I don't know how good it picks that bass up, but this is so much better. All right, cool. So that's one. Make sure the other speaker works. Oh, right, yeah, of course. So there, all right. So definitely one line. On the other line, this was the one that we cut on the bottom, so we're not going to use this anymore. So I'm going to also cut it up top. Forgot about that. Explains why that speaker wasn't working. So we're going to snip this so it can never hurt anyone ever again. Good work, GTC. All right, this is, I'm just going to cut this off the subwoofer. Maybe not my finger. I don't know. That's what I feel like today. There's the strippers. Let's get the strippers back in here. Tip the strippers, guys, when I find them. It's one of those days. There they are. Get it for the strippers. My strippers need a name. What's a good stripper name? Candy. You know, it's exactly what I was thinking too. Candy. It's a classic default. Candy with an I, and you got to put a heart over the I, right? Well, the solder's in the way, and I don't feel like heating up the solder sucker right now. I'll get out the strippers, but not the sucker. It's too early in the night for that. Sick. Oop, it's the other one. There it goes. I gotta solder those on, but all right, cool. We got audio. Turn that off. Wait for all of the neighbors. Okay, cool. Good. That's good. That's good stuff. I'm gonna go to the hardware store tomorrow and get the routing bit for that, and that'll do pig. So I'm gonna leave that open for now. In the meantime, let's get this lighting cleared up. So this looks good up here once the marquee is on, so that's fine. Bigger problem is down here. All right. Oh, geez, that's starting to tear. Oh, let me close that door up. No, it doesn't like that. There we go. Okay. So this lighting has started to come off, but that's okay because since I purchased it, I have gotten some really good industrial hot glue, which should take care of that problem for possibly ever. This is some like straight up 70-year-old person's scrapbooking hot glue gun. Like this is, you need at least 20 years of scrapbooking experience to be able to handle something this intense. And it's just on glue. I gotta get another glue stick while that heats up. Hopefully that GoPro is still working. That thing sucks, but it's having a good day today, I guess. I'm gonna heat that thing up. Game Tech Chris, it's a TD10. I used to have a TD30. You missed that whole story. I mean, well, the brain you know, the processing unit is a TD10. The rest of it is, I guess, while it's heating up, I can show off the drum set. Although it's not like in a great position to be showed off right now, but yeah, it's they got all the mesh pads on there. You really need the mesh pads. Like the rubber ones, they suck. You don't get the response on those that you get from the mesh pads. The mesh pads are very close to actual drums. I like them a lot. And I've got this Gibraltar chain drive. Oh, I can't say that. Let's see. Gibraltar chain drive. Double kick pedals on there, or not chain drive, direct drive. I'm sorry, getting late here. I spoiled myself with direct drive. Somebody gave me that as a gift, and now I can't play chain drive because the spring and there's the latency throws me off. So I don't recommend anyone ever get direct drive because it's too accurate and too good unless you're going to have access to direct drive the rest of your life. Gremlin guy, no. I replaced, well, I got Roland hi-hats, and I hate those. I replaced all the Rolands with the Alesis ones. I like the Alesis dual trigger cymbals on there. Sold all the Roland ones on the eBay. But get yourself some nice pedals, get yourself a nice throne. It goes a long way. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be programming this thing to work with a Rock Band, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Maybe I'll do that beforehand. It seems like a boring thing to do, like just programming a TD controller, because what you're doing is you're programming in all MIDI trigger codes. I think what I'll do is program that offline and then stream a walkthrough of it, and then play some Rock Band. Yeah, Game Tech Chris, it's literally just, it's, here, I'll show you the thing for it, one sec. Somebody made this. Oh. Yeah, pile, here it is. Come here, you. It's a long cord on there. So, what's this company? I do not know who made this. Oh, it might actually be Harmonix. Got the Harmonix logo on there. It's called it's a MIDI Pro adapter, and they're really hard to find now because Rock Band is ancient. It's not Mad Catz. No, it's Harmonix. So anyway, here's what it looks like. See that? Lighting in here is terrible. So that's it. It's basically it's a PS3 controller. They make Wii ones as well. This is drum, keyboard, guitar. I don't know. I mean, there are MIDI guitars, I guess. In fact, Roland makes one. But yeah, it's full PS4 controls, so that it works with that. But it's effectively, it's a USB to MIDI adapter that works with the PS3 that I guess the game has drivers for. And you run MIDI in there from the drum set, so straight MIDI, and it converts it to whatever the game is expecting. Or no, it just sends the MIDI through, because all the Rock Band instruments do is MIDI. Like, they're just MIDI, except that because they don't have any dynamic range on them, it's all button pushes, it's all binary, on or off. So I think the way it works with the MIDI programming is everything is just 255. So what you're doing with the programming in the TD unit is instead of having it send a dynamic signal based on the pressure, like if you hit it at a medium whack, it would send 128, and if you hit it as hard as you can, it would send a 255. You set it to always send 255. And I believe the way you do that is you actually just increase the sensitivity on everything across the board to 100, so that even the lightest tap still registers as 255 and sends that down to the MIDI adapter, which then makes the game recognize that you hit a drum and go from there. And you could assign what, of course, there's way more. You know, this set here is way bigger than a Rock Band set, and so you would of course assign multiple things to the same MIDI code. Like if your snare drum is 0, it would always, you could set 3 of these things to send a 0 to the snare drum signal. And so there's walkthroughs online that have that set up, and so I'm going to try that here and see how it goes. But yeah, it's going to be fun as hell, I think, and I think that's going to get me back into practicing again, which I'm hoping for. This is probably hot enough now. So just gluing some lights down. This was a fun time. We got a lot done here, even though the speaker thing isn't going to actually be done. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out and watching. Passwords for days. I needed you earlier when I couldn't find half my stuff. So I am disappointed. It's blinding me. So again, this is this did not turn on at all. That's great. That's, oh geez, I see why. Man, I wasted all that story time, and this wasn't even heating up. All right, who needs another story? I need a beverage. I know. Give me a beverage. Bunch of kids. This is a Dalwhinnie Winter's Gold Scotch from Scotland's highest and coldest distillery. In my charred oak glass. Yeah, light that's not so bright. Oof. Or really, what I need is a better camera. Spend all this money on an expensive webcam. It's a piece of shit. Just waiting for this glue gun to heat up. Bet there's a trick for it. Bet my grandma knew a trick once. Gremlin Guy, this is from a company called Oak Bottle. See that there. I'm sure they're at oakbottle.com. They're also on Amazon. They started off selling aging bottles. They would sell charred oak bottles that you could pour okay distilled liquor in, and then it would come out aged in a relatively short amount of time, from 7 to 14 days. And that was really cool. And it worked because it was a very small amount with a lot of surface area around the liquid. And you can get about 50 distills, 50 agings out of one of them. And I did that a lot. It worked really well with tequila. If you buy really crappy tequila and then age it in there for a week, it comes out pretty nice. Smooths it out, adds some sugars to it. And so they made these charred oak cups. Of course, they don't do much because you don't leave the liquor in there long enough to actually do anything, which is good because then it doesn't really affect the flavor of the liquor either, which is you wouldn't want that. But they're cool. little metal, riveted metal base on them. They had a deal for a while. If you bought one and left a good review or left any review, they'd send you a second one free. So I got 2 of them, and I really like them. I don't know if you can see the char on the inside there. Cool stuff. How are we doing here? Not quite. Not quite, Pee-wee. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, Zephyr FG, Zephyr SG. I'm not much of a beer guy. I like beer. I've had some amazing beers in my time. Passwords for Days has exposed me to plenty of them. He was definitely one of the people who's made me like beer for sure. Gosh, I hope that's not hot enough. These are actually lighting up. Something. I might just be grounding out. I don't know. Let me turn these on and see. And so my thing has always been scotches and whiskeys. Bourbons, so whiskeys. So all the various forms of whiskeys. Bourbon and scotch are whiskey. Scotch is not bourbon and bourbon is not scotch, but both are whiskey. And then there's Japanese whiskey, which sure has a Japanese name, but it probably just translates to whiskey. And so I just really love, there's so many flavors in here, just like beer for sure. But these are so much more intense, whereas beer, if it has flavors, they try to be hints and behind the scenes. Whereas whiskeys, they're very upfront with it. But they're for sipping for sure. I mean, you could do shots of crappy whiskey if you want, but you're not doing that for the taste. If you're doing shots, you're doing that for other reasons. Gluing this down. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was. This is working out. Oh, the back is pretty bad. But I'm going to finish this up, and then we're going to wrap it up for the night. It's been a long one. It's out of the way. See, I left all the labels in here so I'd remember where they go when I inevitably have to yank it all out. And Answorth, I didn't like Jura. It's in a cool bottle for sure. I don't remember what was up with it, but I didn't like it. And I remember being surprised that I just didn't like it. There was something odd about it that just didn't sit right with me. But for sure, there are plenty of inexpensive, very tasty whiskeys. I mean, that's true across the board. There's tasty, inexpensive beer, wine for sure. You don't have to spend a lot of money to find something that's extremely enjoyable. And that's the whole point of it, is to enjoy it. It's not to, I don't know, show off how much, I mean, I guess for some it's to show off how much money you have, but I think those people also don't drink it. They leave it in their wine cellars or cabinets forever or whatever. I do have a stash of whiskey that I bought as an investment that I won't, and I'll still have a bottle of it for myself, but I have whiskey that I buy to resell in 20 or 30 years for sure. But again, not to show off how much money I have, but it's an investment. And you put money in and you get more money out later. This is hard to get at. Stupid. Pretty good. Working out. Oop. This industrial hot glue is just the best. Highly recommend everyone get in on this game. Like super high temp hot glue. Hardens like no one's business. I guess I can open this up to show it off. But I've got. Yeah, you know what? Here, pro tip for Johnny's stream here. I've got a few cases of this Macallan. This is the triple cask matured 15. See that there? I bought a few cases of these. Macallan just emptied the final cask of these, and they're on the boat and they're on the way here. They will never be made again. And that's what makes liquor worth more. They haven't announced that yet. They're going to announce it in July, and then everyone's going to jack up their prices on it, and there's going to be a huge run. So if you want to make some money investing in whiskey, check out your local Binny's and grab a case of that. A case of it, I don't remember. I think they were like $130 a bottle. There's 15 in a case. No, it's 12 in a case. So whatever that math works out to. And you'll probably get triple your money back in 20 years on that, because people buy old whiskey that's not available anymore, that's like very old. And it doesn't go bad as long as you keep it in the right temperature. Which, out of sunlight, 40 to 70 degrees is fine. As long as the temperature doesn't fluctuate a bunch either, you're all right. Ainsworth. Yeah, Binny's had them. I bought a few cases at Binny's. Might still be there. Yeah, and Passwords for Days, one of the cases I bought is definitely for Lintile, like the entire case. All right, this is really good. That is really in there. That wasn't. Like this. Turn these back on, make sure I didn't wreck anything. Yep, cool. All right. Drop this back in. Lock this down. Lock that down. That brightness up. Get some colors going. There we go. Oh, I was going to see what was up. Why aren't these changing color properly? This will probably blind you guys, and I'm going to spend 5 to 10 minutes on this and then call it quits. Get that door back up here. It's not what that's for, but it's what we're doing. What did I have that before? Oh, did I do this? I did. Doing too hot. I don't know if you guys can see that little flicker there. That's not what it's supposed to do. But give a shit. In fact, maybe I'll tear all these out and put some other ones in. That's a big project because this runs all the way up to the top. That's how all the colors on this thing are all synced up. You can see it that way. Yeah, the camera's not great at it, but it's because it's all the same strip. It goes around and then runs all the way through the back up into here. Okay. So why aren't these joysticks lighting up right? So why does it come out? They're very twisted. Oh, those twist over time is what happened? They did. That sucks. I think these are just poorly designed and that broken. So these balls come off. You twist the balls, they come off eventually. Oh, that went out. No, it didn't. So it's a single LED. You can see that, yeah. And it's a tricolor LED. It's got 3 diodes inside, and some of them aren't working. Upside is if it's just that like one of the diodes in there burnt out, I can just swap the LEDs, so that's cool. But on the other hand, I hate these joysticks, but it doesn't matter. I'm not playing any tournaments on this. Where is my light? Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's manageable. I can wire that by hand. Yeah. It would be annoying, but I can redo that. So the problem is I don't know if one's burnt out or if I got a problem on the other end of the line. But given that these twist like this, you know, because the wires weren't broken on that. Just got them all spliced in here. I mean, the splices are fine. I soldered and shrink wrapped these. It's not like that would come apart ever. What's missing? It's blue. The blue LEDs don't come on. So there's the reds. Blue and green, I think, is the problem. These might have just been junk. Oh, you know what? I might be sending too high of a voltage to them, and that's how they burnt out. They might be 5 volt, and I'm running 12 into them. That would explain a lot. So I just got to buy some other LEDs and wire those in there. Yeah, but I mean, it looks fine on this end, so I don't think it's that. So I'm not going to futz with that. So we're going to wrap this up. Oh, I did it again. So close this up. Man, what a mess I made. Oh, it's still hanging out. But we got the sound working, so that's cool. Ooh, forgot about that. Here. I'll show you guys what this looks like all put together. Oh, except the top part. But anyway, this is what we're dealing with. So this is a drop-in solution, runs on the Xbox. It's called Coin Ops. It's still currently supported. They just finally put out a version that runs on PC. Let me get this in a place where I can focus. It's great. It boots straight up into the menu. You don't have to mess around. You don't have to use the controller. You don't have to boot the game. Well, it boots straight in the menu because that's how I set it up to go. I didn't want to start that game. One sec while that loads up. Legend of Cage, great old arcade game, also on the NES. Go back to the main menu. It's got a bunch of different button combos that let you control how to go in and out of the hypervisor or the emulator. But yeah, it's got a ton of games in here, and there's different ways you can filter through them and stuff. I love that it gives you a video preview of all the games on the right there. About the exposure here. Yeah. Screen's too bright for this camera. How far back do I gotta get? Doesn't work. Not happening. Oh, there you go. Get right up in it. Ooh. Still looks like shit, but yeah. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Just scrolling through games like really fast. I mean, you see how fast it loads up the previews. And then you just find a game you want to play, 1942. Give it a sec. It also retains high scores by writing them to text files on the drive instead of storing it in the game. So it maintains high scores. It's persistent upon power cycles, so that's cool, unlike real arcade games. And there you go. You drop quarters by hitting this button. And there you go. That's how CoinOps works. I got like 2,600 games or something in here. Super responsive, super fast. You want to get back out? Just those two buttons. Drops you back to that main menu. All running off an ancient Xbox. So that's how that works. I got to go to the hardware store to buy stuff to finish this up. But thanks for hanging out while I do this. It was a great time. Hope you guys had a great time. And let's find someone to raid with my massive clan of 18 viewers, which honestly, not bad. I appreciate it. There's plenty of people on Twitch who I like a lot who don't hit those numbers. And let's see if we can find one. Oh, all right. DJ Cliche Darkness is playing. He's playing Sun Person Star Citizen. That sounds weird as hell. I'm gonna drop you guys. We're gonna raid him, and raid call is gonna be. Do this here. Let's see. Here's my dashboard. I don't know. I've lost my dashboard. View dashboard. How do I raid from the dashboard? Well, I can raid from here. Raid call is going to be this. It's going to be don't touch my doodads. No, it's going to be hands off my doodads. Oh no, it's here. Raid call is going to be is your house okay? So we're gonna raid DJ Cliche Darkness. When everybody drops in there, start spamming his chat with that. It's a great inside joke between the two of us. Send tacos. So /raid. The /raid. Ooh, the app doesn't help you with that. I'm gonna do it over here. Ugh. Dashboard. All right. I'm gonna do raid channel. Come on now. We're gonna raid DJ Cliche Darkness. I'm gonna drop in there and everyone ask him if his house is okay. Because I heard it got bulldozed. But make sure you ask him in all caps, very loudly. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you all Sunday.